Something that we've adopted using in the last several years that's not popular in our area where we're at is the in-floor systems. Now, I know that they were originally designed to be in-floor cleaning systems simply to sweep and clean the pool. What I've found though, being that we've adopted them to the north to make sure, the big key was to make sure that we're able to winterize and close them properly so we don't have any problems with their plumbing. What I found is it's an efficiency system, and that's how I sell it today, is it's efficient. You're heating the pool from the bottom up. It only makes sense. If for no other reason than to heat the pool from the bottom up, that's the reason to do it. You add the chemicals at the bottom, way more efficient. Anything that's added to the top, evaporation, sunlight, sun, quick loss, added at the bottom, you get a nice slow rise in the temperature from the bottom up. You get a nice thermal, don't have these thermal layers of warm and cold. You have a nice even pool temperature. The chemical disbursement is much better because it's especially as you're heating the water is tending to rise and it's drawing the chemicals with it. So you're sanitized from top to bottom. Really love that efficiency part of it. The other part is the cleaning, what they're sold as in-floor cleaning systems. That as each head pops up, and in each zone, it's kind of like a sprinkler system. The zone pops up, the head turns. It goes back down, the next time it pops up, it turns, and it sweeps the pool clean. And it's typically going to do 80 to 90% of the pool. There's always that little area that needs some hand cleaning. I don't know that anything's been designed yet to 100% clean a pool, although they're pretty good. It depends on how robust the system is and how much money you want to spend in bulking up the size of the system. They're pretty good at keeping a pool clean. There are a few spots that you're going to have to touch up on your own, but gone are the days if you have one that you have to sit out there and vacuum the pool all the time. You don't have to because it's basically operating and sweeping itself. The other huge advantage today is using a variable speed pump. Instead of your pump running for 8 hours a day and shutting off, now we can run 24 hours a day at a lower RPM, keep that water moving at all times, and sweeping and cleaning continually all day and all night. And that is another part of that efficiency that's made in-floor that much more important. In-floor cleaning systems are all mechanical. They're not electrical. You have an electric pump that's driving water through a mechanical system. And there's several different manufacturers that have what's called the valve. The valve decides where the water is going. Most valves on the market have 6 ports. So your pool, whatever the design of the pool is, unless it's super large, but any average size pool is going to have broken up into 6 zones. Water's fed after the filter, after the heater, on the return line, into this valve, the in-floor valve. That valve, through water flow, using water flow, will either turn a turbine or turn a set of mechanical gears that cause the valve to shift. So for a period of time, the water comes in and goes down this pipe right here to zone 1, and then it shifts to the next zone, and all the water goes down this one, and then it shifts to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, then back to 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and continually around. And each time each time the valve shifts, water is now sent through into a different zone. And what happens is when that zone, that fitting that's in the floor recedes down, when it comes back up, it turns slightly. So each time it turns, each time you go through that cycle of 6 zones, those heads turn a little bit. And after X number of times, that head has spun in every direction, spraying the entire pool floor. Some of those valves are really simple, that have simply a turbine that turns a set of gears that mechanical valve just slowly turns from zone to zone. Others are a little bit more involved and more intricate with a lot of little parts that shift. It goes from here and it shifts hard to the next zone, shifts hard to the next zone. The advantage of that is it's stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. The difficulty with that is the flow through the system, because as soon as you stop and shift zones, you back the system up and the pressure goes up and the pressure goes down and the pressure goes up. And there's no right answer, no right wrong answer in terms of which one's better. Each of the manufacturers will claim why theirs is the best on the market, and I think they probably all have certain advantages and certain disadvantages. But the systems are all the same. 6-port valve with a feed back from the pump, and then 6 ports out to the pool. I know that one of the manufacturers, I think, has a 9 now, but that one's not very popular. It's not used nearly as much, although we've built a few systems that had 2 6-ports. We had 12 separate zones in the pool because of a lot of the detail stuff. You want to have as many zones as possible, and sometimes 6 just isn't enough. But for a general pool, that's what it is, and realize it's not electrical, it's mechanical. It's water moving through that valve, is moving parts inside that valve, which is getting the mechanical things to happen and the water to shift.